Welcome everybody to another top 5 on my YouTube channel. This top 5 will be my top 5 fairy tale female characters. As many of you know, if you're introduced to me via a playthrough of mine, my very first, my gateway anime is fairy tale, and thus fairy tale is always have that special spot in my heart, the nostalgia spot in my heart. So without further ado, this couple of top 5 is gonna be fairy tale related. In this top 5, I'm gonna be counting my favorite top 5 women. Like every time they're on screen, I just feel so hyped up about that episode. Without further ado, you guys, if you do disagree with this list, please let me know on who is your favorite top 5 female characters of fairy tale, and let's get this discussion going. Without further ado, let's start out with number 5. Starting off this list is one of the most intriguing female villains of Alvarez arc, which is Irene Belsyrian. I mean, you get the sense of where she's coming from, right? Like why she is hell bent on appearance, because in her past she was ostracized because she changed from this beautiful, strong young woman into a hideous dragon, and then everyone around her started ostracizing her because she's not the same anymore based on her appearance. And you get that sense, like you feel kind of you empathize with this character, and then how this mentality of just appearance makes right for her is corrupted her entire ideas. And at the very end of 100 year, in the 100 year quest, she ultimately changed her perspective and like realized the error of her mistake of what she tried to steal from Urza, but it took her a long way to actually realize that. And such a beautifully nice of wrap up of her character, and that is what makes me fell in love with Irene Dilser. Aside from the fact that she's one of the few MILFs in Fairy Tail, like beautiful MILFs. So yes, I love my Irene. And besides, she's Urza's mother, so of course, I mean Urza is higher up on this list, but of course she's gonna be on this list. I mean, she's Urza's mother. That's enough of a reason as this. So without further ado, number 5 will be Irene Belsyrian. Number 4, Sorno Auguria, aka Angel from Aracion Says. I mean, if you watch my channel, you know my obsession with this character. Like, design-wise, like, there's a beautiful design-wise. I know some people equate her to like a waifu version of Doflamingo, but I don't see that now, because it's just the fur. It's just the freaking bird feathers that makes them descend, but it's quite different in my opinion. So I don't see that at that way, but based on looks alone. But character arc, bro, like the fact that she was stolen from a young age by like cultists to be their slaves or be workers on like a secret tower of the cultists, and then at the end of it all got corrupted by or got abducted by another evil dude that wanted to take over the entire country. Just then, she just have the most unfortunate events in her life. And when she ultimately reunited with her little sister, she just can't even hug her because she just felt guilty of all of her crimes that she committed over here years. And the fact that it took her like a long time to just come up to her little sister, give her the biggest hug. It's just for me so heartwarming of a scene. In I think that was at the end of Alvarez arc, where the princess finally gave them like a pardon for their crimes and set them free. Like all of the Aracian says, former members went their separate ways. Sorno became a saber-tooth because, well, Yukino is there. She wanted to be with her little sister. And like Cobra is with Fairy Tail, not really officially a member because I don't know why he didn't become an official member, because Kinana was there, but that's I digress. But the fact that they were together with Yukino, that's just, again, cherry on top for her character, and I'm happy that she got her own happy ending at the end. So, you know what? For all she went through, the unfortunate events, so she got abducted by the cultists, she got abducted like a madman who wanted to take over the country, and then when she got freed, and she got recruited by Jalal, she couldn't even hug her little sister when she met her again, because she just felt guilty, and the words of Jalal echoed to her, like, you're part of darkness and you need to repent for your crimes. That the part of Jalal that told her that echoed to her, and she could not hug her little sister. That just hits hard. And the moment that she got freed from her crimes, or she got pardoned for her crimes, and actually reunite with Yukino, that was one of my favorite parts of her character arc. Like, I love Sarno. I freaking love Sarno. Without further ado, number 4 of this list, Sarno Aguirre from formerly of Orasian Saints. Not gonna lie, my top 3 is gonna be in this list is gonna be my personal biases instead of like character. 4 and 5 is more like character basis and design basis, but this is gonna be my character basis. Number 3, Mira Jane Strauss. I mean, what's not to like? She's like a model. She's like the sweetheart of like the Fairy Tail Guild, despite the fact that Fairy Tail, upon entering their guild hall, is quite chaotic. Mira Jane is just there welcoming you, like that smile of hers. Like, everything about Mira Jane is perfect. And this is where I'm gonna get my hot take, okay? Lisana should have stayed dead. You know what? Lisana being alive just disrespected Mary Jane's character arc. Just saying, because she was already recovering when, remember when Lisana died, she struggled to recover from that fact. Like, it took her through her teenage years to recover on Lisana's death, and just like that, Lisana poof, come back, and everything is freaking fixed. Like, oh my goodness, I swear to goodness, that whole event right there, I feel like Lisana should have stayed on the ground. Just saying, because she was already recovered. It would have done wonders with Alkman and Mira Jane's character arc. But regardless, though, like, all she went through, all of the challenges and all of the pains, it just makes her a better character in my opinion, and a strong character in my opinion, beautiful as well. So, you know what? Despite my hot take there, I feel like Mira Jane still persevered and become one of my favorite Fairy Tail female characters of all time. Number 3 on my list. Without further ado, let's proceed into number. I mean, is this even a list without Urza Scarlet? I mean, come on. I did say Urza's gonna be up high in the list. I mean, Urza is essentially like what happened when someone that's similar to Sarno, the experiences to Sarno, went in a positive route, like actually followed through in a positive light. Like, Sarno got abducted by the same cultist as Urza, but at the end of it all was saved countless of time by Master Makarov's friends, and then recruited in the Fairy Tail Guild and have high morals on her. So for me, Urza is just what happened when Sarno just went on the right path. Man, that's essentially it. That's essentially how I explain it, and that's why she is the goated character, the strong-willed woman of Fairy Tail of all time, and just overall, design-wise, power-wise, ability-wise, I love her. Like, every time she equips, she said the word "equip." It's GG for the anime. Honestly, design-wise, power-wise, oh my goodness. And character arc wise, yeah, it makes sense for her to have that strong mentality, strong ideals, even more powerful badass kind of ability. So you know what? Number two, Urza Scarlet. I mean, number one. It's probably so obvious right now that who's my number one, right? Right. I mean, I love Lucy. I actually love Lucy more than Natsu. I think for me, Lucy is much more of a protagonist than Natsu. Like for some people, Lucy is overly overshadowed for the most of the episode, but when you actually go through each episode, like binge watch each episode or like read them in the weekly base of the manga, you get the gist that Lucy becomes stronger chapter by chapter, arc by arc, and eventually by Tortoro sword she becomes even stronger. That moment with Aquarius, that is the most gut-wrenching episode, and with that episode alone made Lucy one of the strongest female character of all time. Like female character in terms of morals, in terms of ideals, in terms of just standing. For me, that is just cinema 101. I love it. I love Lucy, and that's why. That's why every time Lucy is on the field kicking ass with all of her enemies, like, oh my goodness, this girl is badass in my book. I mean, she's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but she's also quite the strong woman, you know. So number one, all-time favorite, and will probably be on my number one spot for years to come, Lucy Heart Failure.